Chiefs Kingdom, it's week 9 and we are on the road. The Kansas City Chiefs head to Buffalo to face the Bills in what might just be the biggest regular season showdown of the year. With playoff implications, the AFC wide open, and two of the best squads in the league going toe to toe, this is more than just a game. Today, we're breaking down what this matchup means, what we need from Kansas City, the key players and injuries that are happening currently, and how we can dominate. So let's talk about it. First, a bit of rivalry background because this has history. The Chiefs and Bills have played each other over 57 times since the 1960s. The Bills currently hold a slight overall edge, 30-26-1 in all games. But here's the kicker. In the playoffs, the Chiefs dominate. So when it matters, the Chiefs dominate. Kansas City leads Buffalo 5-2 all time in postseason matchups. In the Mahomes Allen era, every time we've met, there's been fireworks. Big plays, high stakes. Y'all remember the 13-second game? Yeah, I got to witness in person one of the greatest games in history, an instant classic. The Bills might have had the regular season edge here, but when it matters the most, the Chiefs rise to the occasion. So this week 9 game gives us another chance to make a statement, and we've been rolling. So let's talk availability first because this is where matchups can shift. For the Chiefs, the latest injury report as of today's recording, Wednesday, October 29th, shows that Isiah Pacheco, one of our running backs, is expected to miss this game with a knee injury. This is probably wise to let him sit this week, going into the bye week, giving him 2 weeks of rest and to reevaluate coming out of the bye week to see if his availability looks any better for us. Other names that popped up on the injury list, but they are expected to play, likely to play. We've got Juwan Taylor, Hollywood Brown with an illness, so they're likely to play though, so don't expect them to not play. Now, the run game might have to adjust without Pacheco, but the core offense is healthy, and I think we're going to be okay there if we utilize our other weapons just right, and we'll get into that. Now, on the Bills side, they have a few key injuries themselves. Ed Oliver has a biceps injury, Joshua Palmer has an ankle injury, and Dalton Kincaid is listed with an oblique injury, among a few others. So while the Bills are still dangerous, they're not quite at 100%, and that opens a door for Kansas City, which we have to capitalize on because availability is availability. Now, here are the battles I'll be watching closely come Sunday. The Chiefs' offensive line versus the Buffalo's front. With Pacheco out, the run is even more important to set up the pass. Kansas City needs to protect our quarterback and give him time. Now, on the Bills' side, their interior D-line may be missing pieces, so we really have to exploit that. I'll also be watching Mahomes in the receiving core against the Bills' secondary. The Bills' secondary is strong, but it has been tested this season. Kansas City's weapons, Kelce, Brown, Rice, Worthy, to name just a few, can force matchups to happen. Now, Buffalo's offense under pressure versus Kansas City defense is something to watch as well. The Chiefs' defensive front with Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, Nick Bolton at linebacker corner, Trent McDuffie. Y'all, we've got to find a way between these key players to disrupt the Bills' rhythm, and I know we can do just that. When Buffalo has been healthy and clicking, they're dangerous, but we must limit their big plays, force the short game, and win the turnover battle. Now, something else that's going to be a big key to watch in this game is time of possession and tempo. We saw in last week's game how important time of possession was, including the last 2 weeks, actually. And when you play a great opponent like Buffalo, controlling the clock can really tilt things. Kansas City must keep drives alive, shorten the game, and prevent the Bills from getting into any sort of rhythm. Once they do, we're going to be playing in a lot more troubled waters. Now, here are the must wins for Kansas City in this game. We have to establish our run game early, even without Pacheco. Maybe that means more carries for Hunt and maybe incorporating Elijah Mitchell into this game. I'm all for it. I'd still like to continue to see us utilizing Brashard Smith. I think that he's really, really special. We've also got to protect Mahomes and protect the ball. 0 turnovers, or as few as possible, please, because that would be really, really crazy for us to hand over key moments in the game due to turnovers. We got to also win the battle trenches. So if we control the line of scrimmage, we can win this. We also need to get off the field on third third downs. The Bills convert way too many when they are rolling. And again, I don't need to see them rolling. Attack their injuries. So we got to target those weakened spots. If they've got key players who are out at their spots like tight end, wide receiver, let's target those spots. And then we also need to dominate in special teams and field positions because those hidden yards all matter and they all add up. If we do all of these things, we give ourselves a chance to walk out of Buffalo with a big dub. Now, players to watch this week for Kansas City. Obviously, I'm going to watch Mahomes. He is playing some incredible football right now, and when he's at his best, we win. Travis Kelce is someone I will always watch because he's still a matchup destroyer. And if we've got him out there and all of our weapons like Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, to name just a few, they can't cover all of them. They can't at all. So it'll be fun to watch them and see what happens out there. On defense, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, Nick Bolton, Trent McDuffie, Brian Cook. We got to watch them. These guys are going to make some splash plays this week. I just know it. Now for the Bills, Josh Allen, their quarterback, when he's healthy and engaged, he really is an elite quarterback as well. Wide receivers and tight ends for them who exploit the matchups. But with the injuries that they're facing right now, they might have to lean more on what works. And we'll see what that looks like and how that shapes up. Buffalo's run game is always something to watch as well. How they're going to include and mix up play action this week will be pretty interesting. Now, here are some fun nuggets for this week and about this rivalry. This rivalry goes way back. So since 1960, these two teams have met many times and have really developed some familiarity with one another. Despite Buffalo holding the overall series lead, the Chiefs have owned the playoffs, and that mentality matters big time. Ask any Bills player this. Last season, the Chiefs beat the Bills in the AFC Championship 30-29. All of that adds weight to this game. So it's not just week 9, this is a statement. So my prediction, y'all, week 9, NFL week 9, Chiefs, Bills. I've got the Chiefs at 30, Bills at 20. Chiefs win, clearly. I really like Kansas City's chances to win this one. The health edge, the weapons edge, and the momentum and how we're rolling, it's all pointing our way in the regular season. But if we have to lose a regular season to win in the postseason, I'm okay with that too. But Buffalo is no pushover. If we slip on any of the keys to the game, they'll bite fast, and you know that they will. So, Chiefs Kingdom, drop your predictions below. Who do you think cracks this week? What matchups are you most excited about watching? And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a breakdown, a recap, a preview, a motivational message all season, all year long. And as always, go Chiefs.